Good morning, students. Now, let us start our social studies class. So, we today we will start our new chapter. It is chapter 7, Latitudes and Longitudes. Okay. So, what is today we will learn in this through this chapter? What is latitude? What is longitude? And what are the grids? And why we need latitudes and longitudes. Okay. So we all know that we live on our mother earth. Okay. And our earth is spherical in shape. What is spherical? The meaning of spherical is it is slightly tilted on top and bottom. And in centrally it is a little bit, there is a little bit bulge. Okay. And we all know that in a globe we can see as our earth it is. You can see as we see it from the from atmosphere, from the space, like that. We can see it. It is a miniature form of earth, globe. You can see it. A globe is a miniature form of earth. Here we can see the blue in this blue, through this blue color there are oceans, and these are the continents and the countries, all that you can see here at a glance. So globe is a miniature form of our earth. Okay, and you can see here some lines running from north to south and from west to east. You can see here some lines running from north to south and east to west. And these are longitudes and latitudes. So today we will explain it and we will discuss on it. And you know, here we firstly I'm telling you about latitudes. Okay, our earth is spherical in shape, just like that. And here a line goes from here to here, this to the center of the earth. It is called as equator. This is an imaginary line, and you can see here another line running from north to south. Here it is tilted. It is called axis. Actually, these all are equator and axis, as I told you. These all are imaginary line. Okay, they doesn't exist at all, but these are imaginary lines to locate a place or to locating a country, etc. Okay, so this is axis. Through axis, as you can see, it is axis here in this globe. Here it is axis, just like a top. Our earth is just like a top. It moves through its axis. It moves from west to east. Okay, so here you can see the axis, and the equator is running from west to east. It is called as 0 degree. And in the north of equator there is Tropic of Cancer. It is another latitude. And south of the equator, Tropic of Capricorn. All the latitudes, you know, in the latitudes all are running from west to east, and they run to each other. It runs parallelly. From equator, it runs parallelly. And equator is the main latitude. It divides our earth into two equal halves. It is called northern hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere, and the southern part is known as southern hemisphere. Here, so it is upper part is known as upper part of equator is known as northern hemisphere, and lower part of equator is known as southern hemisphere. And there are some important, there are from here to here, equator 90 degree north, there are 90 latitude. And from equator to 90 degrees south, there are 90 latitude. 90 plus 90 and the equator. Total 181 latitudes are there. Among them, some important latitudes are, I'm showing you. Equator is the main. And always note that, always when we write about the equator, latitudes, we write it as degree. Just like 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, just like that. So here the main important or main latitudes are equator 0 degree, Tropic of Cancer in the northern part, northern hemisphere, 23.5 degree N. As it lies in northern hemisphere, it is we must write it as 23.5 degree N. And Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle, you can see here, it is Arctic Circle. It is 66.5 degree N. That means north. And North Pole. This is North Pole. North Pole. It is North Pole. It is 90 degree N. Okay. So equator, above the equator, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, North Pole. And lower part of equator. You can see here, Tropic of Capricorn. It is 23.5 degree S. 23.5 degree south. S means south. Antarctic Circle, it is 66.5 degree south. Antarctic Circle, it is. Okay. And this is 90 degrees. It is South Pole. South Pole. Okay. So these are the important latitudes. We can see here equator, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, North Pole, and Tropic in the southern part, Tropic of Capricorn, Antarctic Circle, and South Pole. Okay. Is this clear to you? I think. All. Next, I'll go to the book and tell you the whole of what is written in our textbook. Okay, let us explain. So today we learn about latitudes and longitudes. Firstly, here shape of the earth. Our earth is spherical in shape, as I told you before. It is slightly flattened at the north and south poles and bulges in the middle. It is slightly flattened at the north and south pole and bulges in the middle. Okay. So, globe is a true model of our earth, you know. On the globe, we can locate all continents. These are continents here in color. All continents, oceans and countries in different colors. We can see them all at a glance. The globe is not fixed and can rotate like a top, as I show you before. A needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner. Here it is in a tilted manner. It is called as axis. You know, this is an imaginary line. And the 2 points through which the 2 needles pass are the 2 poles. The North Pole here and the South Pole here. Here is the North Pole and here is the South Pole. The globe moves around the needle from west to east. Okay? As our earth also moves like that. And for that reason, there occurs day and night, you know. However, the earth has no such needle and it moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. It is axis is an imaginary line. And now another imaginary line that divides the earth into 2 equal parts is the equator. You can see here through this black line, the equator. It divides the earth into two equal parts, the upper halves and lower halves. And the upper part of the earth above the equator is called as the northern hemisphere. What? It is called as the northern hemisphere. And the lower part of the earth below the equator is called as the what? The southern hemisphere. So it is northern hemisphere upper part and southern hemisphere in its lower part. Okay, so always remember that it is axis, equator, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, and this is north pole and here it is south pole. Both the hemispheres are equal. You can see here both the hemispheres, northern and southern, they both are equal. Therefore, the equator is an important imaginary circular line that serves as a very important reference point to locate places on the earth. Equator is the main latitude. It is an important, very much important imaginary line. Now, I am telling you about the lines of latitude. All parallel lines from the equator up to the poles are called lines of latitude. Okay, you can see here. All parallel lines from the equator up to the poles. Here you can see all parallel lines from equator, from the lines from towards the north pole and the lines toward the south pole. They are all called latitudes. These lines are measured in degrees, as I show you before, degrees. The equator is the 0 degree latitude. Here you can see this picture. Equator is the 0 degree latitude. The size of the lines keep decreasing as we go from the equator towards the pole. The size of the line, it is decreasing as we go from equator to the north and as we go from equator to the south. The lines are decreasing. The lines become smaller. That is, all parallels north of the equator are called north latitudes, and all parallels south of the equator are called as south latitudes. Therefore, the latitudes are marked by the letter N or S. N means northern latitude and S means southern latitudes. So, I am showing you the important parallels of latitudes as I show you before. Now, I am showing you again that besides the equator, equator is 0 degree. You can see here 0 degree. And north pole is 90 degree and south pole is 90 degree S. There are some other important parallels. Equator, north pole and south poles. These are the main, and there are some other important parallels. That are Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree N in the northern hemisphere. Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. Next is Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. It is 23.5 degree S. In northern hemisphere, 23.5 degree N. Tropic of Cancer in the southern hemisphere, 23.5 degree S. It is Tropic of Capricorn. And Arctic Circle, you can see Arctic Circle. It is 66.5 degree N. And that is N means, yes, northern hemisphere. And it is Antarctic Circle. It is 66.5 degree S. It is in the southern hemisphere. So, these all are the important latitudes and here. Okay. So, you all read the till this part very well and try to learn as I discuss you. Follow as my discussions, as I told you, as I show you, okay, and read the book well. So this much for today's class. Until our next class.